Okay, hi, Dolapo. Hi, everyone. And hi, I'm Lena, Deborah at Celo Foundation. Celo is a leading Ethereum L2 and as frontier chain for global impact. We're scaling real-world solution for all. And today, this is our third episode for the founder stage, where we highlight mini app founders who build for MiniPay. If you don't know MiniPay yet, it's a self-custodial stablecoin wallet built on Celo with over 12 million activated wallets, and it offers near zero fee transactions and making stablecoins useful throughout the world. And yeah, welcome to Lapo. I think you can unmute yourself. So great to have you here. Very excited for today's founder interview. I think you're one of the first apps live in MiniPay, so this is a very exciting one. Before we get started into talking about Bit Gifty, can you introduce yourself? Who is Tulapo, and what problem were you trying to solve when you started Bit Gifty?
Yeah, thank you, Lena. Hi, everyone. Good to be here. It's a pleasure. I'm Dolakwa Adiagbo from Nigeria. I'm based in Lagos State. Dolakwa is a product builder at a problem solver. And I'm a father, I'm a son, I'm a husband. Yeah, so uh, yeah, just putting that out there. Yeah,
That's a great profile. I love that.
yeah. Yeah, so we were trying to solve the problem of ease of transfer. Funny enough, with BitGifty. So I've been in the crypto space since 2017. I think that was like the third cycle of the bull run, and yeah, made some money here and there during the bull run. Yeah, so no, not that much, not that much. Yeah, so we stayed. Reading the white paper in 2017, the Bitcoin white paper. It was fascinating. It was like crypto was created for Africa essentially, and then so my partner and I we stayed in the crypto space for a couple of years. So we worked within the crypto community, taking on different roles. Eventually knowing that it was the end goal was to build something within the crypto space. So several years down the line, the we saw the adoption coming in, especially with airdrops from my part of the world, which is Nigeria. Crypto got really popular through airdrops, and then the fact that people could buy low, sell high, make some money from it. But going way back, we knew that a crypto is supposed to be money, right? And if it is money, then it should have utility value. And yeah, so that was some of the problem that we thought that okay, everybody is just buying crypto just to make some money, and then they convert it to fiat, and then they go do their whatever they want to do with fiat. But that's not the main goal of crypto. So, but the first problem that we tackled was the ease of sending crypto, because at the time we had spent several years in the crypto space, and then we still had an anxiety when it comes to sending cryptos, sending and receiving crypto. So we're like, okay, if we as let's say veterans would still have this anxiety, what of newbies, right? So we created something called the crypto gift cards that we started with. And so we created crypto gift cards, which was the first solution that we created because the gift card technology was very much in vogue in Nigeria at the time, and still very much in big use. Everybody literally knows about gift cards. So we kind of placed an unfamiliar technology on a familiar technology and said, okay, now you can send and receive crypto as gift cards and easily without having to worry about the complexities of wallet addresses. And then that now led us to the second problem that we were trying to solve, the utility of crypto. So when we started, it was just like I said, it was just P2P airdrops that those were the popular. So when you say you are into crypto, so people automatically assume that you are into P2P or you do airdrops. So most people did not see crypto as a store of value that can be used for utility, as something that I should just open and then buy pay my daily bills. So we thought that for adoption to go viral, for us to have true adoption, especially in Africa, crypto has to be something we use on daily basis, which is why we thought that, okay, so what do we do on daily basis? We pay bills on daily basis. We buy airtime, we top up our data, we buy electricity and stuff like that. So that was the first point of action for us, that okay, if we can get people to use crypto in this daily bill payments, then we should be able to foster adoption, crypto adoption, especially in Africa. So, which is why we created one of the first platforms that allow people to use their stablecoins to buy electricity, pay for cable subscription, airtime, data top up. Yeah, and the rest is history.
I love that. Yeah, I feel like it's still one of the first biggest utility Web3 projects out there, right? And I think it's great to see there's other use cases for crypto than just speculation. And you started with stablecoins when nobody was talking about them, so that's very, very exciting. And now you shared the vision and the idea behind. So do you want to share for like everybody who's viewing also a little product demo? I will add that to the stage. Okay, so here you can see Bit Gifty inside of MiniPay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, this is the MiniPay homepage. Like, makes it very easy to do this, and with the help of the MiniPay team, if you see on the screen, we have 10% off airtime and data. MiniPay has been really amazing, so we are able to offer 10% cashback and 10% discount for data. I would say that BitGift is actually one of the cheapest platforms where users get airtime and data currently, and not just airtime and data, electricity, cable. So we have this 10% off for this product. So let me pull up. So I'm just gonna play it. I'm not seeing it move.
I also don't see a move. Earlier, it immediately ran off. No, when you said it.
Wait, wait.
Yeah, maybe we can like. You shared it also the same way now as earlier.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Should I just share my screen? I think I have.
maybe just yeah, maybe let's just do it like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we see it now?
Yes, I can
Amazing.
see. Yes, amazing, perfect.
All right. So besides the BitGifty app that we have seen, we also have standalone for airtime, data, electricity, and then as you can see, we currently support about 20 plus countries across on MiniPay. Very seamless and very easy user interface. So that's
I
it.
love. Nice.
Let me stop.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, make sure to, if you haven't yet check out MiniPay. It's an amazing stablecoin wallet. Very great user experience. I always say it's something you could give your mom and she would manage and she wouldn't get scared and or feel overwhelmed. So that's why I personally love most about MiniPay. Very like useful for anybody who is like living outside of the country and trying to like send money and so. But yeah, moving on, you build BitGifty on Celo. There's so many chains out there, and even at the time when you started building, there were quite a lot. What made you choose Celo as a chain to build on?
Yeah. At the time, Celo made sense for us in terms of alignment, and we because first I think one of the things that attracted us to Celo was its mobile first position. Celo was positioning as a mobile first blockchain, and then at the time, even before we even realized it was targeted at emerging markets like Africa. So it just made perfect sense, and the fact that stablecoins um, is really is to send stable coins is really cheap. We're talking about cheap fees and stuff like that on Celo. So it made sense for us, and so it was just I would say it was just meant to be for us to build on Celo because we were planning to build on Celo and a couple other chains. However, I met someone on LinkedIn. Uh, and the person just steered me right towards Celo. So it just made it make sense for me to build on Celo, reaffirmed my belief that okay, Celo is the way to go. So and it just makes sense because at the end of the day, we want to be able to build on a wanted to be able to build on a blockchain that has like cheap fees and like zero to little to no friction when it comes to complexities for users. So and Celo offer that, and also even not just for our users, for ourselves as well as builders. So we've seen a lot, been in the blockchain space for a long time. We've seen a lot of chains, and a lot of them are very hard to integrate with. And but Celo was very easy for us, and we were able to build and scale like in just a few weeks. Building our first MVP at the time was just took us about 2 to 3 weeks, and that was because we were building on Celo. So I would say all these reasons just um made it make sense for us to build on Celo. The fact that it's mobile first, it was targeted at emerging markets, and the fact that it's also focused on stable coins, and of course the gas efficiency. So it made sense to
It's
us.
like music to my ears. Love to hear that. uh, and you also like had quite a journey where it's like not only set a foundation, but you also got a grant from Presenti, and you win Celo Camp, focus on
Yeah,
MiniPay, and that you won.
yeah.
Can you share how did that kind of like shape your path and help you move forward?
Yeah, so when I said it was meant to be, I really meant it. It was actually meant to be. So, um, considering, despite the fact that we thought that, oh, okay, it was mobile for us and it had all these amazing benefits. And yeah, so the person that I met on LinkedIn um, pointed me towards presenting grants, right? I was like, okay. So at the time, two young builders building with myself and my co-founder and our tech lead are building, without funds, of course. So we were just, trying to figure out, okay, this was the problem that we needed to solve, and then we were trying to solve it, right? Building on Celo, and then he pointed us towards presenting grant, and then I checked out presenting grant. I remember checking out presenting grant. I mean, and it made sense, right? It made sense for what we wanted to build, and then we applied and we got the grant. And ever since then, it's been from presenting grant. We found Celo Camp. Celo Camp was amazing for us, right? We were the winners of our batch at Celo Camp. I think it was season 8. I know. So we were the winners because because it was easy to build on Celo. I think it's still very easy to build on Celo. So we knew what we wanted to build when we entered the Celo Camp, and then the guidance of Matt and Alon. Kudos to them again. It made it easy for us and every other person that came together to just point us in the right direction at Celo. So we were able to build very quickly. We were able to get our first MVP
Okay, maybe we need to wait for a second for Dolapo to
feed.
come back. Dolapo, your
So I think
connection is not stable for like a second.
my internet
Yeah,
Elena.
yeah, you're back. Okay, perfect.
Oh, amazing.
Um, No worries. I think you're just talking a little bit about the impact Celo Camp had, and
Yes. Yeah, Celo, like I was saying, Celo was amazing for us. So we are able to get feedbacks, and then we're able to make use of the feedback to build like a really good product. And then right from Celo Camp, after winning Celo Camp, we um within I would say within 1 month we were integrated on MiniPay, which
yeah,
was amazing, right? Because yeah, it was amazing because despite the fact that Celo was easy to build on,
yeah,
MiniPay's integration as well was amazing, and it was very fast, and we were shocked ourselves that this week. And so we were able to integrate and build on MiniPay and go live on MiniPay very quickly.
yeah. Now that we're talking about MiniPay. I have a question about like you built Bit Gifty before, you already onboarded users, right? And then you launched on MiniPay. Um, like what was this experience before? Like, how would you compare it to what you saw in MiniPay and why you were really like, oh my God, this makes sense for us. We want to launch there. Like, what was the path from that experience?
Yeah. Yeah, before MiniPay we were a standalone product. Yeah. So MiniPay made sense for us. Why? First, the distribution. The distribution is amazing, right? It was considering the background of where we were coming from, it was less costly. And in fact, we were spending no money, after integrating with MiniPay, and then no money on marketing, no money on trying to find, say, product market. MiniPay allowed us to achieve product market fit way earlier than we anticipated. Why? Because the distribution we already there, and so we could just test with a different UX, different products, so we could test the market and see what our users wanted. So before MiniPay, it was a very big task, trying to navigate the market and trying to figure out this thing. Also, the fact that MiniPay came with its own wallet, so it took a layer of complexity away from what we were building. So we didn't have to worry about, how were users going to on ramp, how were they going to off ramp, right, at the stage, because and besides the regulation and everything that is required for that, it's required licenses as well, and liquidity. So we were able to abstract all that and just focus on the core products that we wanted to build. So it made our journey a lot faster, and it made its distribution for us easier. So
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Nice. Yeah. So they basically just removed the friction of like the cash in, cut out from the user journey for like just for you to build that and to even care about that, right? And
Yeah,
then
exactly.
um also you were the first real world utility mini app in MiniPay. How, and like one of the first apps, how did those early days look like? Because you launched and then the growth was crazy. How, yeah, what was your experience?
Yeah, it was. I think we lived in a bubble. I think we are still living in a bubble with MiniPay, because it was immediately after launch. So because we had already run BitGifty as a standalone, we knew that we had to do something to get users, right? We had to put in the work to get users. So, but now coming into MiniPay, immediately we launched. I remember celebrating first 100 transactions per day. I would say it in the group, the communication channel that we have with the MiniPay team, and the MiniPay team, they have always been amazing, right? The communication is there. It's like an everyday thing. We communicate here and there. It's like a one big team. Not it doesn't feel like, we are Bit Gifty and they are MiniPay. It's like one that we are working towards a common goal. So I remember sending we did our first 100 transactions in a day. I remember sending 200. I remember sending 500, and I think I sent 1,000. And there was no point sending again at some point. because the
Uh,
transactions kept trooping in, and we
so
just
much
kept
celebration. It would just be the
it.
celebration channel.
Yeah. So we were just there was no point, so we just kept achieving like new milestones. Okay, what could we get today, and then would surpass yesterday's one. So it was like almost on daily basis we were
Yeah.
surpassing our previous numbers. So early days on MiniPay was really amazing, because it was, and we had a lot of support. We still do we have that support. I don't think the support has not reduced whatsoever, even though that there are a lot of apps on the MiniPay. So we had a lot of support. We were chatting with everybody pitching in, giving feedbacks, giving ideas on how to make it better. So
Yeah.
it was an amazing journey.
Yeah, I want to like you mentioned the relationship with the MiniPay and Opera team, but obviously like we think like what a lot of first time founders and for founders things when they get integrated is they just integrate and they get distribution. But I know you work very closely with the MiniPay team and the Opera team
Mm.
um, on on making this possible, and you have a very close relationship. So how did that collaboration look more in detail? You already shared that you have this Lex channel and you share a lot of success. What other kind of support did you receive, or like how did the collaboration look like?
Yeah, like I said, it was like one team working together, and it's still like one team working together to achieve a common goal. So besides beyond the distribution, the feedbacks we get from the MiniPay team, the MiniPay team they have been very helpful. Like we get UX fixes, UI fixes. In fact,
Yeah.
MiniPay has designed some UI for us in the past, and then they say, okay, this would be better than what we currently, because we launched very fast. So we launched with like a base model of what we had, base UI. So they had to design a UI for us, which was amazing, before we then scaled into what we have, which was designed by our own team. But before that, they designed an entire UI for us, and where would we get that? So it was
Yeah.
amazing, and it's really amazing because the and we get ideas. Okay, how about we do this? They come with ideas, and this can help us scale. This can help us do better, attend to customers better. So they give us ideas, and they are also helping us with the cashback system that we currently have. So it's a really good relationship that we have with the Minipay.
Yeah. I mean, now you talked about the relationship that you have with the team, but what would you say you brought to the table? What would you say first time founders who work with Opera and MiniPay, who build a mini app, what should they bring to the table to make that partnership work? I mean, I heard very good things about you and how you collaborated, but what would be your advice of also what you learned, but also what you take serious, and what advice would
Yes.
you give?
Yeah, so I think it's first we were clear on what we wanted to do, and we had clarity that okay, this is what we wanted to do, and to foster adoption, crypto adoption in Africa, and MiniPay can help with that. And then what we were bringing to the table was our product had real value, real utility. It wasn't just and it wasn't fake, right? It wasn't just hype. It was actually real value that we were bringing to the table, and we are always ready to learn, right? We're always ready to get feedback, which is why partnership with MiniPay is so good, because when they talk, we listen, right? And then so which is very important.
Yeah, I love that you're saying that. That's also what I heard. That they appreciate that a lot about your relationship. That's very beautiful. And I have another question too. Something you said earlier. You said that MiniPay was like helped you find product market fit.
Mm.
That's a very strong statement. So what did you mean by that?
Yes, of course, finding product market fit. You basically have to test out different products, or I would say different approaches to solving a particular problem. The problem we wanted to solve was utility, creating utility for crypto. So we would have to, without me, would have had to go through different routes. Oh, maybe we tried this route and didn't get the response that we expected to get from users, and then we have to try different routes. But with MiniPay, we were able to try out different things and try them out very quick, right? Because when we launched with, I would say we launched with airtime, data, and electricity. Okay, electricity and cable TV, and then we launched only in a few countries. And so over the past 2 years, we've added a couple more products, and then also we are doing things differently than we started. So we've been able to reiterate, basically get feedback from users, users that are actually using the platform, and then say that okay, this is what users want, and that is why we've been able to scale to 20 countries within just the past 2 years. So it's just a matter of speed. We would have achieved PMF, but it would have taken us a long time to achieve it. But with MiniPay, we're able to do that very quickly.
Yeah, I love me as somebody who is working with a lot of early stage founders. I'm always saying iterate quickly. Throw away things, try it out, and get user feedback. Without user feedback, you don't know what your users want. So
Exactly.
yeah, I think the most crucial things. So
Mm.
it's amazing to hear that you could get that through your collaboration with the MiniPay and Opera team so quickly, and they provided the feedback that helped you grow. Last thing about the partnership, I know, like you mentioned, you're out, like you went live in more than 19 markets, 20 markets, like in Africa, Latam, Southeast Asia, in under 2 years. That's a huge scaling for any app, I would say.
Yeah.
How did the Opera and MiniPay team support you in that way to scale in that global scale?
Oh, they made it very easy. It made it very easy. Why? Because if we were to say we wanted to launch in Latin America, now we would have to do a lot of things, get partners in Latin America, look for somebody who is going to manage the relationships for us. And then, there was a lot that we would have had to do to launch in, say, Brazil, or to launch in Southeast Asia. But because of Opera's reach, MiniPay's reach, since they have MiniPay has like a very global footprint, it was easy for us. So we all we just need to do now is to say that okay, we are looking to launch in more countries. MiniPay is in Bolivia. We are not currently in Bolivia. Let's localize utilities for Bolivia on Bit Gifty, and that's just it. So it's like plug and play for us at this point, because we just look at okay, what new countries do we want to launch in, and then we launch in that new country as long as MiniPay is on there.
Yeah. That's, I mean, 20 countries, it's incredible numbers. What
Yeah.
are other numbers that you want to share with us that you're very proud of at this point?
Yeah. So at the moment, we currently run around 200,000 monthly transactions. That's an amazing number, even for myself. We do this like on month-to-month basis, and I'm still very amazed. And then I'm very sure we're going to scale even higher within the next few months as we are launching in new countries as we speak. So we currently do just around just over 200,000 USD in monthly volume as well. Like I said, we are in 20 plus countries, and over the past few under 2 years, I think we've processed around 2 million USD in volume just on MiniPay, and then and more importantly, we've processed over 1 million nano and micro transactions, which are the small transactions that make up this thing. So we've processed well over 1 million transactions. So yeah, what I'm proud of is I'm proud of our quantity. The fact that everybody can come and just do like 0.06 USD worth of utility on BitGift.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. And I feel like we just talked about that last time. It's normally you're not able to take part in like global tools with microtransactions, and MiniPay is really enabling that.
Yeah.
And we're talking a lot about global numbers and the biggest numbers, but do you also have like a story that stick with you, like a user story where you're like, oh, that's incredible. Like I know people who use that and for who this product makes their life so much easier.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So we've had stories where one of the one that stands out to me is the fact that users on ramp at their fiat to use BitGifty on MiniPay. So they on ramp, fund their MiniPay account just to use BitGifty. It's still very blowing to me because they could have easily done whatever they wanted to do with their fiat. But I think they see that it's very easier for them and also cheaper for them to do it on BitGifty. So they would prefer to on ramp. And then, so we've had a lot of users tell us that this is what they do actually.
Yeah. You are actually onboarding people into crypto with your product, not with
Yes.
crypto, but just by having your product. Yeah, that's amazing.
Mhm.
Incredible. So my last, second last question. Um, as we mentioned, you're one of the first apps inside of MiniPay. In the beginning, when you launched, there was a handful of mini apps. Now we have more than 40 mini apps live in MiniPay. How are you planning, or how do you see yourself staying relevant with the mini app ecosystem growing inside of MiniPay?
Yes. So the plan is to launch in all the countries that MiniPay currently have offerings in. So which is one of our targets for this year is to scale across multiple countries, and then we are at par with the countries that MiniPay currently have offerings in. Then we are going to be adding new products. So it still ties into our vision, right? Whatever users do on daily basis, whatever they can do on daily basis with their fiat, they should be able to do with their stable coins on BitGifty as well. So we are going to be onboarding a lot of businesses. For one of the ones that we're currently working in would be grocery shopping, which is going to be a big one for us, and as that would also onboard like a lot of users onto MiniPay. So we are looking at it. So the vision is very clear for us, and because of the clarity of vision that we have, it makes it easier for us to be able to stay ahead of a lot of other mini apps on MiniPay.
Yeah. But you already answered my next question. What is next for Big Gifty? What are you building towards? But you already like, so
Yeah.
that's incredible. I can't wait to see what's coming tomorrow, next month. It seems like Big Gifty is reaching and growing, and that's very exciting. Yeah. So yeah, it has been very exciting for me to watch your whole story inside of MiniPay, and very amazing to getting to talk to you today about your story and about Bit Gifty. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very
Um,
much.
any last words? It's just for me, if for me, it's just like if you're looking for distribution, if you're looking to actually bring utility to crypto, MiniPay is a great place. Dolapo shared a
Mhm.
lot about that. So yeah. And it yeah, and it's a great environment. I love working with the MiniPay and Opera team. We are here for technical support from the Celo team, and Dolapo is always there to answer all of your questions as a mentor because he is an OG.
Yes.
um, the OG. Let me quickly, Dolapo, how can people reach out to you, Bit Gifty? Let me just see if I can share your Twitter handle that people can just check that out. And Oh, we have so many cute comments. I just want to like read through them before we close, before we say goodbye.
Okay.
We have Bit Gifty is cool. I've been using it and I love it. And yeah, people love Bit Gifty, and it's very cute to see that. Oh, there we have it. And let me just. This is how you can follow
Yeah.
Dolapo on his journey as a builder, and you will also find the link to Bit Gifty. And yeah, make sure to just and if you live in any of the 19 countries that Bit Gifty is live, make sure to check it out. It has amazing rates for everything. So maybe today we on ramp you to crypto and MiniPay.
Yeah. That's
And
good.
yeah. Thank you so much for joining. I wish everyone a lovely day. Bye bye. Thank you for joining today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Lena. Have a good one. Bye.